Hiyo! Real quick, before I show you my books, I bought another book, the Overstreet Guide to Collecting Comics. Now this is kind of for beginners, but I think they have a few good references. One, you have a nice tutorial on how to grade comics, and what to look for when you're grading. They have. Let's see what else they have. What to look for when you're collecting by company, by creator. They have creator profiles here. They also have profiles on guys in the industry, so to speak, like guys who sell, guys who write about comics, stuff like that. The two guys that stuck out the most for me was a guy, Mike. Look, here's what I use as a bookmark. I have a Simpsons calendar. I still love The Simpsons. But Mike San Giacomo. Now this is a guy. Now he writes for the Cleveland. He writes for the Cleveland Plain Dealer, and he does. He's like a regular reporter, but he started doing articles on comic books back in the '90s, and. Like when he started, I remember when he first started doing that. I was like super. This is when I first became a comic book fan, and this is like 20 years ago. And when he would write his articles and columns, I would just be super thrilled. Like every Sunday morning, my mom would make French toast, and I'd just sit there reading the Plain Dealer, just like gobbling up every word that he wrote. So, but I think they kicked him back to like once a month. And here's one of his articles from last week. It's a book about the origin. He reviews a book about the origin of Marvel Comics. And so I thought that was cool to see, like a local guy from a Cleveland guy doing writing comic books. I mean, writing for comic books. And he also has a comic book out. It's called Phantom Jack. It's from Image. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, and another guy. Now, this guy right here. He owns a comic book shop in outside of Cleveland, like just really close to Cleveland in Menor, Ohio. Now this is the guy in my very first video. Like he owns the store that I went to, where I picked up the 2 copies of Marvel Preview number 7, copy of Marvel Preview number 4, number 11. I got all those for like $6 a piece. So it was at his store that I got it. But he's a convention guy. I see him at conventions too. So I thought that was cool to see some local guys being profiled in the Overstreet Guide. And I think he's like an Overstreet advisor too. So I just thought that was interesting. Okay, let's hit up some books, baby. Let's do this. Shout out to Hero Hunter 81. I bought this. I ordered this book about 2 weeks ago, and the day after Hero Hunter 81, he showed this book off. I'm like, great minds think alike. They really do. This is MALIBU Sun number 13. This is considered the first appearance of Spawn. Like, however many weeks ago, I kind of Wikipedia'd Spawn just to see what his first appearance was. Absolute first appearance, because I didn't think it was in Spawn number 1, and they considered it MALIBU Sun number 13, because we all know Wikipedia is like the end-all be-all of all information. You dig? So I put it on my want list, and somehow it popped up, and I picked it up. It was like, this book was like 90 cents. So I'm like, I had to get it. So, yeah, 90 cents. And I tracked an auction for this book on eBay, and it just ended last night, and it went for $87. And it doesn't really look in much better shape than this one, because I was really trying to, because he only had one pick, and it was kind of, it was a little wonky. looking in the pic, but it didn't look much better than this one. So I am beyond, like, of all the books that I got this week, this book is the most, I'm the most excited for this one. I'm thrilled. It's not as minty fresh as I thought it would be, but it's okay. It still looks great. It's still, you know, I can show it off. It looks great. All right, let's keep it moving, baby. Thor, number 225. The first appearance of the Fire Lord. Now, guys, I got this from New Cadia. Now, you know, like some of you guys know I have my issues with them, but I've been having a really hard time trying to find this in a high grade, and they had it offered. At near. This was supposed to be near mint minus. I'm like, okay, all right, because I think their grading is a little crappy. But when I ordered this, I said, like, when I get it, I'm not gonna complain. I'm just gonna get it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm not gonna return it, and it looks good. You know, it's like a couple. If you can, you can't see it. You can't see it. Forget it. Never mind. But, never mind. But it looks good. I think it's more of a very fine plus than near mint minus, but it's all good. I'm really, really happy to have this first appearance of the Fire Lord. This is Galactus. Galactus or Galacticus? Galactus. His herald, one of his heralds. All right. Avengers Number 100. Look at that. That's nice, man. Like, I was at a shop yesterday, and I picked this up. He wanted $15 for it. I was almost about to balk and not buy it, but I'm like, I have not seen a copy of Avengers Number 100 out in the wild at all, so I had to get it. The one issue is that when I did take it out of the bag last night, it was like on the back, there was chipping, like kind of along there. It looked a little, looked a little gnarly back there. But again, I really hadn't seen any issues of Avengers 100 out in the wild, so I'm still happy with the $15 I paid. It's a little bit of browning, like kind of brown stains along there, but it's still. Come on, let's show you. I'll show you guys real fast. Look at that. But ultimately, Barry Windsor Smith art. I actually had to read this book. I mean, God, the art from Barry Windsor Smith is so friggin' timeless. It is so freaking gorgeous. I love Barry Windsor Smith. Okay, when I went to that store, I picked this up too. Champions Number 1. You have Angel, Ghost Rider, Hercules, Iceman, and the Black Widow. They're all in their, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure why I bought this, but I just think it was a really good-looking book. I thought it was high grade, maybe an 8.5, so I'm like, I had to get it. It looked good. All right, what's next? Star-Lord, Special Edition Number 1. This is from 1982, written by Chris Claremont and John Byrne, the Dream Team right there. That's writing and artist dream team. So I had to get it. I flipped through the pages. I have no idea what's going on. I'm really gonna have to read this. Okay, so all right. And what else did I get? Ooh, new comic book break. Batman Incorporated number 8. This is the variant to that. This is the 1 in 25 variant. Well, I had to get it. Oh, real quick story on how much of an asshole I am. Last week, I was at the comic book store when the regular cover came out, and in my comic book store, I had one pulled aside for me. So I'm walking around with my stack of books, and there were guys coming in looking for this, and they had already sold out. So I put my copy like right at the top of my stack, and I'm walking around with it, making sure that they could see it. And he's like, "Oh, he has one. How come?" I'm an asshole sometimes. Okay, but anyway, really happy to have that. Marvel Spotlight, number 32, first appearance of Spider-Woman. Now, this is an upgrade of a book that I already had. This is, higher grade. It's nice and white. Sharp cover, sharp corners. This thing looks terrific. Had to throw it in the top loader, baby. What's happening? Look at that. That's nice. That's really nice. Okay. Another upgrade book. Iron Man number 128. Demon in the Bottle. I already had this book, but I really wanted a higher grade. It doesn't have to be near mint. It really doesn't. Just something I can say is high grade. Again, it looks terrific. Look at that. Nice and sharp. Thrilled. Now I can read the other copy that I have. All right, now we have some additions to the top loader long box of fame. Batman number 1 from the New 52. This is a regular cover, but I swear to God, this is a ridiculously popular cover. It went. I think it was like at the beginning of the year, it was like maybe $20-25. Now it's in the $50. This book is in the $50 range now. Okay, it just came out, and this is like as hot as any hyped up Image book. Okay, so I give props to DC for really doing that and making really collectible books. All right, and another addition to the top loader long box of fame. Spider-Man number 36. This is volume 2 of that. This is the 9/11 memorial issue, the silent issue. Again, this is a book that was popular, but I've seen it totally explode over the last week. I think if you ever watched Comic Book Men, a guy came in. I think either he sold it or he bought it or something like that. And I think since then, it has gotten even more popular. I've seen it. I've just seen it go for about $46. I ain't pay that much for it. So, super happy to have all these books. To new subscribers, thank you so much. You guys have been around since like the beginning or whatnot. Thank you guys. I'm having fun doing this. I'm having fun. I'd be searching for books if I had a YouTube channel or not. So I'm glad I have a way to show all this stuff off. So guys, thank you so much, and I will see you later.